The American people have every right to expect the government to abide by the laws of the land, especially those laws that impose duty on government officials to protect the safety and security of the American people. The nation's immigration laws both recognize the valuable contribution that legal immigrants make to American society and provide a framework to safeguard the nation's sovereignty and the public safety. The U.S. government has a responsibility to execute the laws of the land, yet today's hearing will demonstrate that the Federal Government is failing to enforce the laws that protect the public safety. The attacks of September 11, 2001 tragically demonstrated the importance of our immigration laws in protecting the American people. The staff report of the 9/11 Commission on Terrorist Travel found that, quote, every hijacker submitted a visa application, end quote, containing false statements, that, quote, at least 2 hijackers and as many as 11 of the hijackers presented to INS inspectors at ports of entry passports manipulated in a fraudulent manner, and that 2 of the hijackers overstayed the terms of their admission. 9/11 attacks were an act of war against our country by a terrorist group who exploited the lack of enforcement of our immigration system in service of their murderous ends. Today, we will hear from Jamil Shah Sr., whose son, Jamil II, was murdered by a gang member who was in the country illegally on March 2, 2008. The murderer had a long criminal history and was facing pending felony charges, yet he was released into American society a mere 2 days before he killed Jamil Shah II. As a high school football player, Jamil II received interest from schools such as Stanford and Rutgers. As his dad will testify, he was a good kid who was trying to pursue his dreams and make something of himself. The tragic fact is this: had the government simply fulfilled its responsibility to protect the public and faithfully executed the law, Jamil Shah II would be alive today. The government's failures to safeguard the public appear to have grown more severe since the murder of Jamil Shah II. For example, in 2013, the Department of Homeland Security freed 36,007 convicted criminal aliens from detention. According to the Center for Immigration Studies, this group included aliens convicted of hundreds of violent and serious crimes, including homicide, sexual assault, kidnapping, and aggravated assault. The vast majority of these releases from custody were discretionary, not required by law, and in fact, in some instances, apparently contrary to law, nor were they the result of local sanctuary policies. Unfortunately, since 2013, 1,000 of these same released criminal convicts have been convicted yet again for additional offenses. In other words, people have been victimized because the government has failed to repatriate these criminal convicts to their home countries as provided for under the law. Concerns about Immigration and Customs Enforcement's effective use of its resources to protect the American people have been intensified by the DHS November 20, 2014 guidance on the apprehension, detention, and removal of illegal immigrants present in the United States. In that guidance, the Department appropriately designated aliens who pose a danger to the national security and who have been convicted of aggravated felonies as the highest priority for removal. Even that designation, though, contains significant caveats that could allow such aliens to remain at large in the United States and to continue their criminal activities. Of equal concern is the fact that the Department has identified as a lesser priority for apprehension, detention, and removal other criminal aliens, including aliens who have been convicted of what the agency has categorized as the, quote, significant misdemeanors of domestic violence, sexual abuse or exploitation, burglary, firearm offenses, and drug distribution or trafficking. The subcommittee will examine how effective the Department of Homeland Security has been in using its resources and authority to identify, apprehend, detain, and remove aliens who pose a danger to the people of the United States and the ramifications of the Department's newly adopted policy in fulfilling this crucial obligation. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses today. I thank them for their time, and in advance I thank them for their testimony.